Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are planning on chilling for a little bit here. We're going to be spending our gold. We're also close to dying, and apparently there's a dangerous faction brewing here. A Liberty faction, of all things. Okay, that's interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. For the time being, I want to spend down all of our gold, so we'll get this upgraded here, and we've just got a lot of gold to spend. There's no doubt about that. We're looking to upgrade everything that we possibly can right now, but of course we are going to run out of gold very shortly here. Are you Russian? No, you're not. We just can't afford to get this? Oh, he's the wrong culture. Sure. I suppose that would do the trick. So what else do we have up here? This stuff up here is mostly all maxed out, but there's a few locations like this one. There we go. Now we do need to hand out a domain here. So we'll grant that out. There we go. We're now down to 14 of 14. We are currently dying. So let's make sure that our succession is good. It should be. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. So could we go about convincing these guys to change to primogeniture before we die? I don't think we're going to. I don't think that's going to be a thing. We do get a new stewardship lifestyle perk, and we will go ahead and take fearful troops here. Okay, and we'll see how long we hang on for here, but I'm definitely feeling like this is not going to be a thing. How powerful are these quote-unquote powerful vassals? Okay, they're all about 10% of our strength. Sure. So, the question then becomes, what's this guy upset about? I think we refused his demand on a trinket or something. So that's probably what's going on there. We've died. Okay. So we knew that was coming. At this time, yeah, we got the Empire here, and there should be absolutely no problems with that inheritance. At this time, we need to... Oh, we have a martial education. I still want to go into here. Do we need a domain focus? Let's set up our husband to be managing our domain. Wait, did I just set that to assist ruler? Manage domain. Manage domain. Apparently he doesn't want to manage our domain. I don't know what's going on with that, but let's go ahead and get ourselves a chancellor. And a steward. I'm actually going to appoint this guy. And we'll do a marshal. That'll be this guy. Cool. Yeah, this guy really doesn't want to manage our domain. Okay. Maybe now? No? Maybe he can't because he's the wrong faith? Well, demand is conversion, and he converts. That would be really weird if that was the case. Yeah, I don't know why he's refusing to manage our domain. Can he do anything else? No. So he's just refusing to do anything here. That's intriguing. We should take a look at this faction here. Okay, so there's the two factions there. Can we just negotiate with any of them? We'll take a look through here. I'm not scared of fighting one of these for sure. Both of them simultaneously could be a problem. That could be a problem. So we're not going to want to do that. We can't negotiate with that guy, apparently. Okay. Looks like we have no negotiations that we can do. I'm not super shocked about that. So, let's take a quick look here. We have a good number of children. If we were to check in on our succession at this time, these guys are all very angry. Sure, that's reasonably expected. I do wonder what's going on with our husband here. I'm wondering if maybe if I were to save the game and reload it, if that would work. Let's make a save here and let's find out. So we'll save that, and then we'll reload the one that we just made, which will be this one. Fantastic. So we'll load that on in. And hopefully now we can tell our husband to manage our domain, because, yikes. If we can't do that, we'll probably have to divorce this guy. But let's see if this fixes it. So we're going to hop into our council. Yeah, he's still not managing our domain. So we're going to try to divorce him, but we don't have the piety to do that. We're at an activity right now. Oh, is it because we're at an activity? That might be the case. Yeah, we're at a feast right now. That's probably what's going on. So our stress level drops. No, please, do go on. And we should be exiting this feast soon-ish. Now, we can see that our income is low, and there's a reason for that. We just exited our feast, so now can we tell him to manage our domain? Nope. This guy's just refusing to manage our domain. I have no idea why that's happening. Okay, for the time being, we're going to have to go to domain focus. So that brings us to 14 of 11, which means that we can hand out Tanagra, we can hand out Warzig, and we can hand out Al-Alia. There we go. But now we at least don't have to hand out any of our actual counties. So we need a new spy master. We're going to put this guy in because he's a powerful vassal. And I actually want a different chancellor in here too. You're going to be substantially worse at the job, but you are a powerful vassal. And we could use them on our side right now. Okay. So 8 and 11 months here. Noted. This guy is 17.1%. We need to drop this by... Oh, the threshold is 60. That's exciting. We might want to drop this threshold instead. So he's got a son here. We, of course, have a daughter. So this would be fine. They're related, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Cool. So he pulls out of there. Sure, show in the Emir. Cool. Okay, at this point, we should probably undertake the Hajj. We'll get going on that. And we should also... what was the other thing that I was going to do? I've completely forgotten. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. We should also look to weaken the Liberty faction a little bit further. Now, the Sultanate of Africa faction here... This we're going to have to do something about as well. Okay. It is time to depart, and off we go. So this guy's now allied to us. Fantastic. And we unfortunately have no siblings, so our options are pretty limited. Next up, we're going for this guy. We have a player heir and son here. Okay. We're probably not going to end up... Well, we are probably going to honor that, actually. Now that I think about it, because we can get multiple marriages. That'll be fine. So this Liberty faction is now irrelevant. And the question is, can we do anything now about this faction? Actually, we do have another daughter here. We have basically the perfect amount of children. Cool. So that will solve that problem for the time being. We'll see if that stays fixed, but we did just finish converting in a county here. Cool. And we're going to head up over this direction and continue to convert. 46 years? I'm going to pull this guy out of that and tell him to work on something else. 46 years is too many years. Yeah, that's where he is right now. So we're going to take him up over here. 12 years. That's much better. Cool. Of course she'll be that. Okay, sympathy to heathens or disdain for heathens. We'll go for disdain. Cool. And that'll be absolutely fine. So we're not going to have rebellions at this time. Our cash is building up, and we will gain 25 faith here. Cool. And there we go. We're now ill. We can definitely search for a physician, but we've returned from the Hajj, and that means that we have enough piety to potentially do something about our husband here, who is still refusing to take his jobs. So we're going to divorce him. And now we're going to look to get married. This guy has basically no stewardship. Is this the guy that we were just married to? No. We're married to this guy. Okay. Cool. So we're going to need to find a new spouse here. And we sort by stewardship. Yeah, this is not great. But it's better than nobody helping us, right? It's better than them refusing to help us. So we're going to bump him over to manage domain. Yeah, he's happily managing domain. I have no idea what was up with the other guy. I assume that was a bug. So we'll pay to recruit this physician, do no more than what is necessary, and we have reduced disease symptoms. Perfect. So we're going to go through and spend our gold again, although really, we should be spending our gold from, like, this direction. There's going to be a lot more to spend it on over here, and that will be absolutely fine. We can upgrade these archery grounds. We can go up to a level 4 camelry so that we're actually getting cash there. A level 3 camelry doesn't really help, but it is what it is. Okay. There we go. There's our cash spent down again, and now we can think about pushing our borders a little bit further, but we can only do that under very specific circumstances, right? Is this guy still allied? He is. Okay. So we can't really get away with this. This is not something that we can do at this time. I would love to do this. Now, we would not actually go for the Empire. We would go for, I believe, the Malachite. Yes, the Malachite is what we would go for. But we're not going to do that at this time. We just can't take on Iberia for the moment. We'll get there. Do we take out the papacy? We don't have a claim. We have no legal way to do that. What about West Francia? This is still a kingdom tier realm. What do we got going on here? Hypothetically, what succession are they on? They are on male preference. Okay. So we'd like somebody like this guy. Of course, we can't invite these people. But what we can do, in theory, is we can try to do something a little bit more cheeky. For the moment, nothing is looking very obvious there. I would definitely like to invite claimants, but we're missing a lot of prestige for that. We should certainly call a hunt. This ransom is acceptable. This one will fetch a fine price. Cool. So we're going to come down over here and continue to spend down our gold as we can. We return home reinvigorated, and we are going to host a lavish feast now. We need all the prestige we can get. Welcome, friends. And this temple we should definitely look to upgrade. We'll distract the converging guests. We gained a favor hook on that guy. That's fine. And we're just low on gold right now. Okay, we spent a little bit of prestige, but we're no longer negative in our prestige, so that's good. Okay, checking out over this direction. This would be a big war. This would be a very big war. Do we have anybody? I don't think so. There's no way that he's going to do this. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I figured. What about Songhai? Nothing. Okay. This guy wants us to press his claim. Oh. Yeah. I'd love to press this claim. We'll keep him in the court. He's probably going to end up leaving. He is a leper. He's going to die fairly soon. But we just can't attack them right now. With these two allied, we can't fight that. We are no match at this moment. I do want to check in here. We are on absolute crown authority. Okay, good to know. Checking in down over this direction, looking for any sort of claims that we have pre-existing. I'm not really expecting to see any. That's a solid duchy title. That's a really solid duchy. I think we do it. So we declare this war. That is... We're pressing our courtier's claim. This is completely legal. We raise our men-at-arms. We'll raise a few levy troops as well. They're certainly going to bring in, like, holy orders and such. So, 24,000. Cool. No real problem there. This will be enough, and over we head. Actually, this is not our siege location, is it? No, it is. This is our siege location. What am I talking about? Okay, so we're going to group those together, and we're just going to siege our way down. We're no longer ill. That's great. How old are we, anyway? We are 39. Okay, so additional children are becoming less likely, and we're going to have to be concerned about succession eventually. Eventually. This guy's very upset because he was fired from the council. What's he good at? Spy master? Council. There we go. So, these are the 5 who are in this right now. This guy's not on the council. This guy is our steward. This guy's already our spy master. This guy's our chancellor. He's very angry. Very, very angry. Okay, we'll give it some time. We've still got our short reign going on, so I'm not too concerned about that. We'll hop on down over this direction. Over to Munio. Their army is coming up here. It's fine. I don't care about that. This guy from Canaan wants to purchase a truce. I don't know if we have any claims on them. I'm going to accept. We probably don't. So that'll be a 10-year truce for the time being. And they're attacking us up over here. I really don't care. They can do that all they want. Their capital's down over this way. Sure. So, just looking at the bits that would become ours here, in theory. And we're going to actually have to siege here first. Cool. We're at 33% war score right now, and they're going to get a little bit of war score up here, I think, but it's not going to be any major deal. I think we're completely fine here. We do have an inventory item, apparently. We can't equip the beautiful woman or wooden warrior. Oh, we must be a child to do that. Sure. We have very few trinkets, actually. This dagger is not terrible. That sort of judgment is interesting, but I like the heavy infantry toughness here. We should definitely look to repair this weapon. There we go. And of course we have no crown. We do have some armor now. Knight effectiveness. Friendly casualties. I like the knight effectiveness here. Okay. And we have no regalia. So that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. That's completely okay. So we're going to head down over here next. And get both of these sieged up. It looks like that's the goal for the war here. For the ticking war score. So, yeah, that looks good. We're going to head on over. We're at 77%. How are they doing on their sieges? They've actually abandoned them. Intriguing. This guy gained a claim to our title. Hilarious. Okay. Please assassinate the bearer of this letter, huh? Well, sure. There we go. We helped him in his time of need, so he's happy. We're going to finish up the siege here, and will this end the war? No, is the answer. It will not. But it'll get us close. Disorderly market, huh? That's very rude. We'll give them all a stern reprimand. I'm sure that'll do the trick. We do have a new stewardship perk available, and we actually just seized a crown. So I guess we might as well equip that. It is very close to being broken. We'll just go ahead and repair that. Beautiful. And let's go ahead and grab golden obligations here. Cool. So we're going to siege down here and wrap up this war pretty soon. We should have ticking. Yes, we do. Beautiful. So at this point, this is fine. They failed to occupy any counties, so they can't stop us. This will end the war. Beautiful. So enforce those demands and disband our troops. All of this territory is ours, as expected. And that's great. That's actually really, really solid. So we should come through here and look for any of these holdings here. We need to build a temple holding. I believe we cannot build a city holding here yet. But I want to make sure we have holdings built in all of these new locations. So a city holding here would be great. All of those holdings are constructed. A city holding here would be good. This will need to be a temple holding. And a city holding over here. Beautiful. So, was I wrong? Did we have a claim here? I was not wrong. We did not have a claim. So, we have a claim on this single sheikdom. How much do we care about that? What's the empire level titles looking like down here? Yeah, that's not great. These kingdom level titles are getting there. But overall, it's a bit tough. It's definitely a bit tough. So we're just going to look to spend down our gold for now. I'll keep an eye on this one. Okay, and this ransom seems okay. Sure. And we'll now make our way through and upgrade this mosque. Looks good. So there's our gold spent, and this is part of the Byzantines. Noted. I wouldn't mind going after Majorca. Unfortunately, we have no claim. Checking in on this status here. Defending against the Pope for a crusade for the Kingdom of Castile. Now, that's intriguing. We weren't called into that. And presumably that's because they're Ashari. That's very, very interesting indeed. We'll keep an eye on that situation. It's not time to pull the trigger on that one just yet. But we are going to get there. I'm quite confident in that. So let's hop on down over here. Of course, we can't construct here, sadly. But we can start getting these holdings upgraded. Cool. Keeping our gold spent down as best we can. And we're going to be increasing our income pretty dramatically. So, do we declare on this guy now? Well, actually, we no longer have the claim. So, it's a moot point. That's sad. That is indeed very, very sad. Well, we're going to go on a pilgrimage here. To Jerusalem. Sure. It's time to depart. So, off we go. And we're currently negative in our cash, but that's not going to last very long. And we got a corruption for being in debt for 1 month. Disgusting. This is no time to give up. We are ill, but we should be okay, I think. Okay, this is acceptable. And we just got 150... Ooh, hello. We've now got pneumonia. That's not great. But if we die, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. What is going on here? We've walked the holy path, so we arrived at Jerusalem. Fantastic. And... okay, this faction is thinking about firing. And I'm thinking about letting them. I think this is fine. Their ultimatum is a long ways away. So it's reasonably likely that they're not going to do anything, I think. Let's continue to upgrade over here where we can. I would love to construct this city holding, but sadly, we simply can't. Okay, we died of pneumonia. However, that does mean that we now have a male heir, which is beneficial for us in purpose of keeping our vassals happy. They don't like female heirs because of our culture. So that is what it is. This is our betrothed. That's fine. We are definitely going to have a problem with our domain limit. Out of curiosity, okay, we need to put in a chancellor here. I'm just going to go with powerful vassals here. So we're just going to do that. Okay, now we're going to have to hand out some titles here. I don't like it, but it is what it is. We're going to have to grant those out, and we will eventually work on getting those back. Yeah, convinced de jure territory is something that we will eventually look to do. Cool. So we do need to put on an education focus. We're going to go stewardship, naturally. And we apparently have secondary spouse slots, but there's nobody valid. That's awkward. We just inherited this castle up over here. We'll grant that off. We do not need that. Cool. So this faction is a lot more powerful now. And we probably want to prune it down. There's already a betrothal here. So we break the betrothal and we recreate it here. There we go. So we recreate that betrothal, and now that alliance is formed. So he will leave the faction. I'm still okay with this firing, broadly. But we can get this going as well. This is our player heir / sister here. Okay. So that brings us down to 85%. I now believe that's all we can get. Yeah, because our brother died. But this is acceptable. We can manage this. That's not a big deal. Okay, looking through up here, I'm pretty sure this is all maxed out. Not quite, apparently. Still being worked on. Sounds good. So we'll spend down some of this gold. Cool. And we're very likely going to have a rebellion here. That's very true. So we should definitely continue to work on conversions. There we go. And we've got 8 years left on this sheikdom. That all seems good. So we should probably get some education done here. Just send to university, and we could have this be our father. We don't want to convert culture. Our religion is fine, so we'll just send that proposal. That'll put us in debt briefly, but very briefly. 2 month ticks. Or actually, we'll be in debt for 1 month tick. I'd love to get this city upgrading. We just don't have the cash, of course. Of course, we got 2 debt ticks out of that. Ridiculous. We were barely in debt, and we were in debt for 1 month tick. Gotta love it. Okay, well, it'll go away. The county corruption will not be there forever. So we're no longer in debt, and that's absolutely fine. The real question is, do we have any claims? We may have gotten some. Ooh, this kingdom would be so good to invade. Not as good as West Francia. Like, this would have been the play so long ago if we weren't constrained by our rule set. Oh, look at that. They have a little bit up here in Norway. That's really funny, actually. But this would have absolutely been the play a long time ago. Like, this is ripe for the taking. The question is, how do we go about taking it? We're not at least 14, so of course we can't murder people. Out of curiosity, I don't think we have anybody right now. We might be able to invite some of these people eventually via the invite claimants. We're not allowed to directly invite them. But if we get the option to get the claim on the Kingdom of West Francia, we absolutely take that. The Byzantine Empire is sort of whatever, but the West Francia, that would be amazing. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to, well, continue to invest and hope that this guy grows up a bit. Our hands are a bit tied when we're this age. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments. Okay, this guy is going ahead and firing. We will not be threatened. And we will fight him next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, MLohan80, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisol, Kadra, Rogue Corvid, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.